Well, welcome everyone to our one-on-one segment, especially invite our guest in, Nick Menacof, of course. He's going to speak in just a moment. You'll recognize him as soon as he does. The 25-year voice of Doak Campbell Stadium, brought you all the action on the public address system, did the same for basketball and baseball at times here at Florida State. He's done a lot of things. He's managed our dorm for the last, 15 years up at Boat Reynolds Hall. But I'm going to roll you way back to your past. A lot of people don't realize a two-time letterman at Florida State. And talk about those times when you were a student.
Well, Rob, first of all, it was great because the ratio men to women was 10 to 1. That was great. We played basketball at West Campus in the old Quonset hut there. They revamped that and ran on a cinders track out at West Campus. And we saw so much growth, and people don't realize how far FSU has come in just the short time that we've come from Flats to Cowell, Florida State College from women, to where we are right now.
Well, you saw back in the 60s and when you were in school, a football program that was sort of coming in on its own. Really, we hit the ground running with our football program and really played pretty well right off the get-go. But did you ever think you'd be hanging in national championship banners in your office?
No, I never did. I certainly didn't. But, I always liked to watch Coach Pete's team also. Mm-hmm. He brought that throwing the football in, Menacof and Sellers and all. But, and then, of course, Coach Bowden came in, and history speaks for itself.
Well, you played basketball here, and I know we did the Mercer game the other night. Last time Mercer beat Florida State was 1957. Ham, Warnke, and Jimmy O, and some of those names.
That's true.
Great basketball names and stats that hold up from then all the way to today.
That's true. That's very true. Donnie Bates was here, and Jim Savage, and Jim Castillo, and it's good to think back and remember them and get in touch with them every once in a while during our basketball reunion.
The little birdie told me that maybe the credit we give Osceola and Renegade could roll back to you a little bit too. Did you not don some Native American wear and ride a horse? Did you do it at a game or just in a parade?
Well, let me tell you what happened. We did it in myself, and there was another young fellow that rode with me. We rode from Phipps's plantation all the way to the stadium, and we did a couple games. Led the team out. And
actually went in the stadium and led the team out?
Yes, that's right. I think it was 58.
Oh, when you were in school?
Yeah, 58, 59. And we were playing Miami, and it was raining, really raining. And we were going to charge out and take the team out, and we pulled up about the 20 and slid to the 30, and that was the end of the horse.
Didn't like the 2 runs.
No, they didn't. Well, so that put the finish to it.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that's the impetus for Bill Durham and the modern day
I'm sure
and all that and whatnot. Well, you've had the best seat in the house for 25 years of Florida State football, right? Folks, right in the middle of everything, got to call every action, every Charlie Ward touchdown pass and Ward done run and Marvin Jones hit and Deion Sanders interception, and you've been right there for all in the middle of it. Any game stand out in your mind as your favorite?
Yes. The choke at Doak. That was one of the great games of all time. Yes, it really was. It was just so exciting. And let me say this, that our last ball game was really great, too.
Yeah, the Maryland game almost had a Stanford band type finish to it.
That's right.
But you brought me the action in the 31-31. I'm leading the press down. We left the press box, and I could almost swear to you it was 31-17 when we started to leave the press box. And elevators weren't working too well back in those days, as you can remember. And so we all went down the stairs, and then everybody was trying to get out of there. And we come in the bottom of the stadium to go to the field, and you're announcing 31-24 or some such. And I'm thinking, Nick's got the score wrong. We can't have scored twice in the time it took us to get down to the press box. Sure enough, we had, of course. But you've gotten to see great players, great people. You know them as well as probably anyone because you're up at the dorm with some of those guys. So we have had the fortune of having some great players come through.
There's no doubt about it. And all the way back to when we started, we had great players, and we have great players coming up this year. And I think that this coming year, people are really going to like to see the Seminoles play.
Well, for those of us who have been around a while, and you certainly qualify into that, it's been gratifying to see our programs catch up with everything. We used to always say, football's doing great, but why can't we compete in the top 25 in all these other sports? And you go across the board just this fall, you've got soccer and women's basketball, men's basketball, volleyball is doing terrific as well. Track and field, of course, 3 national championships championship. As an alumnus, you get a little piece of that, I suppose, as being part of it, but it's a great time.
Yeah, it is, Rob. And if people could just look and see how many years we've been in university and look at some of these teams like Ohio State and Michigan and Notre Dame, how long it has taken them to get where they are, and how long it's taken us, and there's really no comparison. We've really done a great job.
Not fair to ask you this question, but take personality out of it. Is there a football player and a basketball player that was your favorite to watch just play the game, or do you not want me to put you on the spot?
No, that's all right. I thought Cowens was one of the greatest.
Got to see Dave, yeah.
And of course, football, Dion.
Yeah.
Dion. He was. He had a second sense, Rob, about where the ball was going to be.
Right.
And I think the Auburn game at Auburn stood out when he picked it off in the end zone.
Yeah. 25 years you sat there, you brought us all the action on the public address system, you've called some of the greatest victories in Florida State history. Unfortunately, you've had to call some of the toughest defeats, and everyone leaned on you at all times for that voice, and we appreciate all your efforts, not only in the public address booth at all those events, but with your help with the dorm, and folks may not know this, but you referee every day at practice at football. So last game, the Maryland game, 0 penalties. I don't remember a Florida State game where we ever had 0 penalties. We did have one, but it was declined. So we'll give you guys some credit for that as well.
Okay, Rob, it's been a great 25 of the best years I've ever had.
Yeah.
And the thing that has made it so great is the people that I've had an opportunity to work with.
Yeah.
And you are certainly included in
I
that.
appreciate that. You mean so much to us. One last time, how about a first down Florida State for everybody?
First down, Florida State.
We'll be right back after these messages.